Wekiwa Springs is located 20 minutes north of Orlando in Apopka, Florida. Wekiwa Springs is an urban oasis surrounded by dense, lush hardwood hammock. In this video, we will snorkel, kayak, and camp at this beautiful state park. So let's explore together. Excited. I'm waiting in line at Wekiwa Springs State Park. I've been wanting to come here for the longest time. I did know in advance that you have to have a reservation in order to enter the park, even if you only want to come for day use. So I made my reservation several months ago, and I'm looking forward to this. Do some kayaking and just checking out the state park. It's supposed to be very beautiful. It's really forested. So the black bears, they can weigh between 200 and 300 pounds, and yes, they do climb trees. The state park is open 8 a.m. to sundown year-round. You will see a beautiful clear spring about 4 feet in depth. Let's head on over to the spring pool first. Okay, so I crossed over the wooden bridge. I'm over at the main springs pool. There's a large grassy area right in front. Good area for picnics, hanging out, sunbathing. We'll go down and check out the springs. It's filled with people. Wekiwa Springs is a second magnitude spring that brings forth from 42 to 45 million gallons of water per day, bubbling up through the limestone. The spring was first discovered in the 1860s and was originally called Clay Springs. Okay, so I'm going down some steps. I can see why this place is so popular. You know, if you live in a busy city and you want to come swimming at a beautiful natural springs, this is so close by. Gorgeous. At the springs pool, we cross over a bridge that leads us to an elevated boardwalk trail, the Wet to Dry Trail. The park offers 13 miles of trails through tropical hammocks and sunny sandhill trails. They are multi-use for hikers, bicyclists, and equestrians. There's such an abundance of wildlife to see in this state park. The Wet to Dry Trail is 0.8 of a mile and is family friendly. Coming back to the beginning of the Wet to Dry Trail, the boardwalk leads us over to the canoe kayak launch area. So the sign to the left there says that the water level is about 4.5 feet. As you can watch the kayakers pushing off and canoeists. This is the concession store. Okay, so I just went inside the concession store to ask some questions about the canoe and kayak rentals. This time of year, you don't need a reservation unless it's a Saturday or Sunday, especially if you come early in the morning. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow in the morning because I prefer mornings and rent a kayak. Came down here at sunrise to get some pictures. You know, if you're camping here, you get early access to the springs. It's a bit of a drive. It took me 10 minutes to drive here from the campground. If you've got a bicycle, you could ride your bicycle over here. If not, it would be a good walk, a good strong walk. The swimming area is half an acre in size, and I really enjoyed coming and snorkeling in the early morning. I found that this is where the locals come to do their swimming laps in the morning. It's peaceful and calm. water temperature in the spring is 72 degrees year-round, which makes it enjoyable to swim. I did notice while snorkeling that this spring does not have the abundance of fish life that some of the other first magnitude springs have. Stay with me as we go kayaking on the Wekiwa Spring Run. Getting ready to push off Wekiwa River kayak trip. Here we go. All right, I don't know how this is gonna work, but my GoPro died and I just started my kayak trip, so I'm gonna try and use my phone. We'll see how it goes. It's really pretty out here. It's early in the morning. It's very peaceful, so I'm gonna head down the Wekiwa River. The Wekiwa River Run is the real Florida, with pristine clear waters and an abundance of wildlife along the way. Rentals are for 2 hours, 4 hours, or all day. You may launch your own watercraft, but the run is for non-motorized boats only. I paddled for about 3 hours. There is a junction where paddlers may choose to turn left and paddle the Rock Springs Run, or continue straight, which brings you to Wekiwa Island, where paddlers may also connect to the King's Landing, which is an 8-mile paddle. At Wekiwa Island, they do have a little restaurant there, and they serve food and drinks. There's lots of people out on the river. This is the real Florida, scenic and wild rivers. It's kind of a slow-paced activity, slow-paced life. It's beautiful out here. I saw alligators, lots of birds. We're coming up to Wekiwa Island. You can get out of your kayak or canoe here, stop and party. They've got a bar, they've got a restaurant. I heard they have really excellent fish tacos. But it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna just keep on going down the river. I saw birds, turtles, gators, and fish along the river run. I have a full video of the kayak paddle, so if you want to experience it like I did, I will leave a link in the description below. Stay with me as we go for a short tour of the campground. So this is the campsite. It's long and narrow. Got a wooden picnic table. It's right up against the forest. A fire ring, which they just lifted the fire ban, so I can have a fire if I want to. Area for my tent right there. Got water and electric. Tent sites. Basically, you have to set up your tent on the gravel area. You can't really set it up on the forest. One of the things to know about the Wekiwa State Park is that it's located within a city, the city of Apopka. It's not out in the country like some of the campgrounds that I love to go to in the Ocala National Forest. So here's a map, Wekiwa Springs State Park. This is the ranger station where you enter and register for your camping. You turn left to go to the campgrounds. There's 2 loops right here, only 60 sites. Then to come back, plenty of parking here in this area to go down to Wekiwa Springs Pool. This is the elevated wooden boardwalk you walk on to get down there. There's the concession store that I went into to find out information about renting a kayak tomorrow. And then you walk down this little dirt path to where you can pick up your canoe or kayak, and there is someone there to help you launch and to help you when you come back. This goes out to the Wekiwa River. So this is looking at the river, Wekiwa Spring Run. This is where you would pick up your canoe or kayak right here. You can turn left, go to the Rock Springs Run, or go right and follow along Wekiwa River. It goes all the way here. It eventually flows into the St. John's River.